You notice, you notice something, okay? You know how when you're black and you make $25,000 a year, or you make $20,000 a year, you know, after taxes, you're not making a whole lot of money. You're a roommate. You got a roommate. You're down on your knees basically. You can't really afford anything. You're man in your late 20s or mid 20s or whatever. Society, I mean, a lot of people will try to be cool with you, buddy with you. But let's just say you get 30 years old and you start having, like, you know, you start having more money. You know what I'm saying? You get a car, you become self-sufficient, you can get your own place and stuff like that. Now, everything's changed. Not that many people want to be cool with you. You know, you got people slightly hating on you, and then, you know, no longer, even though when you have people being cool with you, you know, you had very few dating prospects. You know what I'm saying? Very few dating prospects. Now you have more dating prospects because you have security. But they want you, they're trying to get your resources, or they may have kids or something like that. They're trying to find somebody to save their ass because they've been making mistakes. And a lot of them don't really emphasize that, but that's why they always say that the man has to be financially secure. He has to be stable. He has to be making $50,000 a year, whatever, because they're looking for somebody to save them. But here's the thing. If they got money, then if they got a good job, if they making $40,000 a year, I mean, they could say you got to make as much as them, but to be honest, a lot of times they don't make a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? The average woman, and you gotta understand that, like nurses and stuff like this, there's a lot of women who make 30, 40,000 a year, 50,000 a year because they went to college, or they're a nurse, or they're doing something that's really in demand, you know, in the medical field. They might be making 40 or 50,000 a year, but usually if they don't be doing that stuff, they make a whole lot of money. Then they making, you know what I'm saying, they making 30,000 a year, or they making a whole lot of money. It's no middle ground, you know. But then they always say that they want somebody who's making X amount or more than they do. And it's ridiculous because, you know, it's just ridiculous because it's like, why do I have to have all these things? Now, I can understand why they want to do that vehicle. You know what I'm saying? That's reasonable. And all this stuff. But these over average salaries that they expect are ridiculous. You know, if they say that they just want somebody who has their own car and who has their own place and stuff like this, and they have their own car and place, I can understand they want to get matched dollar per dollar. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing that I have a problem is all these women don't have everything that they say they have. And even if they do, if they have their own house, they're in debt, they're making $30,000 a year, they have a car that they're going to be paying on for another decade, and then they have a house that they're going to be paying on for 25 years. Can you really say that that's success? Can you really say, and then they got $50,000 worth of student loans, and they're making 30-something thousand after taxes? And they got 2 kids? Can you really say that that's success? You know what I'm saying? That's not how I embody success. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a car. I don't have my own place right now. But look, I don't have any debt either. I don't have any kids. I don't have any STDs. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I don't have, but I'd rather have a blank slate at 26 than to be 30 and I have all these types of debts, college debts, and kids, and you know, baby mamas and drama, and maybe even an STD and all that type of stuff. I'd rather have a blank slate than a bad slate. You know what I'm saying? And I do have a job, you know. And they act like just because you have a job, you should have everything in life just because you have a job. And they never even consider the cost of living in America is high as hell, and it's been rising 6% every year since about 1970. You know, they never even equate that. You know, so the cost of things went up 2.4 times since 1970. I mean, it's went up 3.5 times since 1970. It really feels like more, you know. But yeah, 1970 was 50 years ago. Time is flying by. But look, so look, let's just say if a hot dog costed me 50 cents in 1970, you know, a hot dog from 7-Eleven might have costed you 75 cents in 1970. That same fucking hot dog cost you $2.50 right now, and a hot dog is really nothing. It's nothing but miscellaneous animal parts grinded together to and then given a color or whatever. And they put like a little thing on a tubing on it. But that's worth $2.50 now, and it was worth 75 cents. You know, everything's went up 3.5 times to 4 times. And you know, it's crazy because the salary hasn't went up that much. You know, I mean, yeah, minimum wage back then was only like $2 and something, 50 cents or something. But now minimum wage is like $7.25, so it hasn't even went up 3 times. But yet, you know, the cost of living went up 3.5 times. You know, so yeah.